What if the thing keeping you awake tonight is not tomorrow, but everything you never had the chance to release today? Sometimes the darkest part of the night is not the room around you. It is the weight inside your chest, the thoughts that keep replaying, the conversations you wish had gone differently, the fear that something might fall apart tomorrow, the quiet pain you carried all day while pretending you were fine. And now that the world has gone silent, it is all suddenly louder. The mind will not stop. The heart feels heavy, the body is tired, but the soul still feels restless. Maybe that is why you are here tonight, because deep down, part of you knows you were never meant to carry all of this into your sleep. Stay with me for the next few moments, because before this prayer ends, something inside you is going to change. The thought that has been chasing you all evening will lose its grip. The heaviness pressing on your heart will begin to lift. And by the end of this prayer, you may finally feel the peace your soul has been begging for. Welcome to Night Prayers with God. If tonight you came here carrying something too heavy to explain, then you are exactly where you need to be. This is not a sermon. This is a friend sitting beside you in the silence of the night, helping you place every burden into God's hands before sleep. And before we begin, please subscribe to Night Prayers with God so we can continue walking through these nights together, one prayer, one healing moment, and one peaceful sleep at a time. Now stay with me, because tonight the fear stops here. And as the fear begins to loosen its grip, let us gently bring everything we have been carrying into the presence of God together. Heavenly Father, tonight I come before you with a heart that has been holding more than it was ever meant to carry. All day long, I kept moving, I kept answering, responding, working, showing up, pushing through. But now, in the stillness of this night, I can finally feel the weight of everything that followed me here. The thoughts I could not silence, the pressure I kept hidden, the conversations still replaying in my mind, the quiet fears about tomorrow that keep circling like shadows in the dark. Lord, you see every part of it. Nothing in me is hidden from you. You see the exhaustion beneath the smile. You see the questions I have not spoken aloud. You see the ache in the places words cannot reach. And because you see it all, tonight I no longer want to carry it alone. So Lord, I place every burden of today into your hands, every heavy thought that has been sitting on my chest, every unfinished responsibility that keeps asking for my attention, every mistake I have replayed in my mind, every fear about what tomorrow might bring. I place it into your hands. Not tomorrow, not later. Now, your word in Psalm 23 reminds me that you are my shepherd. You lead me beside still waters. You restore my soul. And tonight, Father, that is exactly what I need. Restore what this day has drained. Restore the peace that stress tried to steal. Restore the emotional strength that pressure slowly wore down. Restore the quiet confidence that fear has been trying to shake. Father, there are moments when the mind moves faster than the heart can handle. Thought after thought, worry after worry, scenario after scenario, and before I realize it, night becomes a place of overthinking instead of rest. But tonight, I surrender that cycle to you. I release the need to solve tomorrow before sleep. I release the pressure to control what has not even happened yet. I release the need to keep replaying things I can no longer change. Your word in Psalm 121 says that you watch over me and never sleep. That truth comforts me tonight. While my eyes close, yours remain open. While my body rests, your presence stays near. While my strength fades, your faithfulness does not. So calm every racing thought, Lord. Slow down the storm inside my mind. Quiet the inner noise that keeps rising when everything around me becomes still. For the listener whose heart feels too heavy tonight, hold them gently. For the one whose thoughts will not stop brings stillness. For the one who is afraid of tomorrow, remind them that tomorrow is already in your hands. Tonight, I choose surrender over striving, trust over tension, peace over pressure. Lord, let this room become a sanctuary of rest. Let this bed become a place of healing. Let this night become the moment where fear no longer gets the final word. I place every burden of today into your hands, and for the first time today, I allow my soul to breathe. And now that we have laid the weight of this day into God's hands, let us allow our hearts to turn gently from burden to gratitude, because peace often begins where thanksgiving rises. Father, before this night carries us into sleep, I do not want this day to disappear without first stopping to see how present you have been in it. It is so easy, especially in the quiet of night, to replay what went wrong, the conversation that hurt, the moment I wish had gone differently, the pressure that still lingers, the part of me that feels I should have done more. But tonight, I want to look deeper, not at the noise of the day, but at the grace that carried me through it. Thank you for bringing me safely to this moment. Thank you for the breath in my lungs this morning. Thank you for the strength to rise when part of me felt emotionally tired before the day even began. Thank you for every unseen mercy that followed me hour by hour. Some blessings were obvious, others were quiet. A door that did not open, a delay that frustrated me, a conversation that never happened, a plan that changed. And yet, even now, I can begin to see that some of what felt like disappointment may have been protection. You were guarding me in ways I did not notice. You were redirecting me in ways I did not yet understand. And tonight, I want to honor that. Thank you for what you allowed, and thank you for what you lovingly kept away. Your word in Psalm 91 reminds me that the one who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. Tonight, that verse feels personal. I want to dwell there, not just visit your presence for a moment, but remain there, to rest beneath your shadow like a child resting beneath a warm blanket in the middle of a long night. Father, thank you for the small mercies of today, the things that could have easily gone unnoticed, the food I was able to eat, the water that refreshed my body, the roof above me tonight, the people whose voices touched my day, even in small ways, the strength to finish what I thought I could not finish, the grace to keep going when my emotions felt heavier than my responsibilities. Sometimes I move so quickly through the day that I forget how often you quietly sustain me. But tonight, I do not want to rush past your faithfulness. I want to sit with it. I want to notice it. I want to let gratitude soften the places in me that fear tried to harden. Thank you for being present in the moments no one else saw. You were there when I felt pressure building inside. You were there when I kept silent about what hurt. You were there when my mind felt scattered. You were there when loneliness tried to settle into my heart. Even when I did not consciously call your name, your presence never left me. That truth alone brings peace. Father, thank you for the lessons hidden inside today. Even the uncomfortable ones, even the moments that stretched my patience, even the parts that exposed weakness. Because sometimes growth does not come wrapped in comfort. Sometimes it comes disguised as pressure. Sometimes it arrives through waiting. Sometimes it comes through disappointment. And still, you are shaping something beautiful in me. You are refining my heart. You are deepening my trust. You are teaching me how to lean on you more than my own understanding. Tonight, I thank you. Not because everything was easy, but because you remained faithful through all of it. I thank you for the strength I did not know I had until this day demanded it. I thank you for the grace that covered what I could not control. I thank you for the mercy that met me in my imperfections. If I spoke words today that I wish I could take back, thank you that your grace is greater than my regret. If I missed an opportunity, thank you that tomorrow is still in your hands. If I fell short of my own expectations, thank you that your love for me was never based on perfection. Father, there is something healing about ending the night with gratitude. It changes the atmosphere of the heart. It shifts the mind from replaying pain to recognizing grace. It reminds me that this day was not defined only by what exhausted me, but also by what sustained me. And above all, it reminds me that I did not walk through today alone. Your word in Psalm 23 says, "You restore my soul." Tonight, I feel that restoration beginning, not through striving, but through remembering. Remembering how you carried me, remembering how you protected me, remembering how you stayed with me. Thank you for the moments of hidden strength. Thank you for the moments of unseen comfort. Thank you for the quiet ways you spoke peace into my spirit throughout the day. Even now, as this night grows quieter, let gratitude rise even deeper, let it reach the parts of my heart still tense from the day. Let it soothe the places where disappointment still lingers. Let it bring warmth to the places that feel emotionally cold. Tonight, I choose to end this day, not in complaint, but in thanksgiving, not in fear, but in trust, not in heaviness, but in the awareness that your goodness has followed me from morning until this very moment. And as I sit in this quiet prayer with you, I can already feel something changing. The day no longer feels like a weight. It begins to feel like a testimony of your faithfulness. File site turn to file roll. And as gratitude settles over the heart, let us now step into the deeper place where God begins to heal what the day could not touch and restore what the night has been silently carrying. Father, now that this heart has slowed down enough to feel your presence, I want to bring before you the places in us that still ache beneath the surface, because sometimes the deepest burdens are not the ones we speak about. They are the ones we carry quietly. The private fears, the hidden disappointments, the exhaustion that sleep alone has never fully healed, the silent wounds left by words, memories, and moments that still linger long after the day has ended. Lord, tonight I ask you to step into those hidden rooms of the heart. Go where no one else can go. Reach the places where emotions have been buried under responsibility. Touch the places where pain has learned to live in silence. Heal the parts of us that have become tired from pretending. We are stronger than we really feel. There are some wounds that do not bleed on the outside, yet they drain the soul from within. The disappointment we never fully processed, the rejection that still whispers to our identity, the loneliness that sometimes feels heavier at night, the fear that tomorrow may bring more than we can bear. Father, bring your healing there tonight. Not rushed healing, not surface comfort, but deep healing, the kind that reaches the roots of the pain, the kind that untangles the fear beneath the fear, the kind that restores peace where anxiety has made itself at home. Your word in Psalm 91 reminds us that you are our refuge and our fortress. Tonight, I want to rest in that truth. Let this room become a place of refuge. Let this bed become a place of restoration. Let this night become holy ground where fear begins to lose its voice. Lord, for the one whose mind has been trapped in overthinking, quiet the storm within. Some thoughts arrive like waves. One worry leads to another. One fear opens the door to 10 more. One unanswered question becomes 1,000 imagined outcomes. And before we know it, the night becomes a battlefield. But tonight, in your presence, that cycle ends. Let every racing thought slow down. Let every imagined scenario lose its power. Let every fear about tomorrow bow before your peace while the body rests. Heal the mind while the eyes close. Restore the nervous system. While sleep begins to settle in, let your presence regulate every anxious heartbeat. Father, I pray for breakthrough tonight, not the kind that shouts, but the kind that happens quietly while the world sleeps. The breakthrough that begins in the soul, the breakthrough where fear no longer controls the heart, the breakthrough where old pain finally releases its grip, the breakthrough where a weary spirit begins to breathe again. Tonight, break the chains that have followed this listener into too many nights. Break the cycle of fear, break the pattern of replaying the same pain, break the habit of carrying tomorrow before it arrives, break the heaviness that keeps returning. After midnight, let tonight be the night something finally shifts. While we sleep, you are still working. While this room grows quiet, you are moving in unseen ways. While our minds rest, you are arranging what we could never arrange on our own. What feels delayed to us is never delayed to you. You are already in tomorrow. You are already preparing grace for what is ahead. You are already opening doors we cannot yet see. That truth alone brings peace. Father, cover this home tonight. Stand guard over every door, every window, every room. Let your presence rest over this place like a blanket of peace. Let no fear enter. Let no torment linger. Let no darkness settle where your light is present. Surround this home with your angels. Let protection stand watch through every hour of the night. For every family member connected to this prayer, cover them. For every loved one carrying silent battles, strengthen them. For every child, every parent, every person resting under this roof or far away tonight, let your peace reach them. Heal strained relationships, soften wounded hearts, restore what distance has weakened. Where division tried to grow, plant peace. Where silence created pain, bring understanding. Where hearts have grown tired, breathe love back in. Father, there are listeners tonight who are not only tired in body, but tired in spirit. Tired of carrying responsibilities, tired of being strong for everyone else, tired of holding everything together. Tonight, let them rest in the truth that they do not have to hold what you have already promised to carry. Let the shoulders relax, let the jaw soften, let the breathing deepen. Let every part of the body know that it is safe to rest. And if tomorrow holds challenges we cannot yet see, go before us. Prepare the strength we will need. Prepare the wisdom we will need. Prepare the peace we will need. We do not need to fear what is coming because you are already there. Tonight, we choose trust over tension, faith over fear, rest over resistance. And in this quiet, sacred moment, I can feel something deeper happening. This is no longer just the end of a long day. It is the beginning of healing. It is the beginning of release. It is the beginning of a quiet breakthrough that only God can create in the stillness of the night. File site, turn file 0 on. And now, as healing has begun to settle into the quietest places of the heart, let this final moment gently carry us into the peace we came here searching for. The room feels different now. What entered this night as pressure has begun to soften. What first felt like a storm inside the mind is no longer moving with the same force. Something sacred has shifted. The heart is quieter. The breathing is deeper. The weight that once pressed against the chest no longer feels impossible to carry because it is no longer ours to carry. It is in your hands now. And Father, in this final quiet moment before sleep, I ask that this peace go even deeper. Let it settle beneath emotion, beneath thought, beneath every layer of fear that tried to follow us into this night. Let it reach the soul. Your word in Psalm 4 reminds us that we can lie down and sleep in peace because you alone make us dwell in safety. Tonight, I receive that promise. I will lie down in peace. I will sleep in peace. I will wake in peace. What burdened me tonight will not rise with me tomorrow. What tried to follow me into this room will not follow me into my sleep. The fear stops here. The overthinking stops here. The pressure stops here. This night belongs to your peace, Father. Cover this sleep. Let it be deep. Let it be uninterrupted. Let it be healing. Let every anxious thought dissolve into stillness. Let every muscle release the stress it has been holding. Let the shoulders soften. Let the heartbeat slow. Let the breathing become calm and steady. Let the entire body remember what it feels like to rest without fear. Tonight, this room is under your covering. This bed is under your protection. This mind is under your peace. Let no nightmare disturb this sleep. Let no fear whisper louder than your promises. While these eyes close, continue working. While this body rests, continue healing. While this heart sleeps, continue restoring. And when morning comes, let the soul rise lighter than it was tonight. Let tomorrow begin with peace before pressure, hope before fear, trust before tension. Father, thank you for holding what we could no longer carry. Thank you for calming what we could not calm. Thank you for healing what we could not heal. And now, as sleep gently comes, let the final truth resting over this heart be this: you are safe tonight. You are covered tonight. You are loved tonight. God is still working tonight. In the mighty and peaceful name of Jesus. Amen. Before you sleep, if this prayer touched your heart, please write in the comments, "I leave it in God's hands tonight." Let that be your declaration of faith. Your comment may also become peace for someone else reading tonight. And if this prayer brought comfort to your soul, please subscribe to Night Prayers with God and share this prayer with someone who needs peaceful rest tonight. Sleep in his perfect peace.